Although Season 3 has just started with it confirming the 2024 roadmap furthermore due to the concept key art on it coming true, if I told you there's not only leaks about Chapter 5, Season 4, Season OG Chapter 2, but even Chapter 6 coming at the end of the year, the start of December. And new features found in the files revealed by Epic Games and from inside sources. Stick around until the end to get all of that and more today. It's about to get created now. Starting out today, before we dive into the Chapter 6 or even Chapter 5 Season 4 intel and OG Chapter 2, we need to understand this season going forward. With the event occurring last season between the statue, of course, creating lightning striking Pandora's box, with the ore popping out creating the sandstorm that's now swept over the island. Obviously, it brought with it this boat right here called Leviathan, manned by a tyrant called Megalodon. He can be found in game as a mythic boss here in case you haven't noticed, and his mythics are the most overpowered things in terms of moving around the island and dealing damage that honestly I think we've ever seen in the game. Anyways, the intent of this tyrant was not actually to crash into the island and see this as more of an inconvenience really, so he's trying to extract the nitro from anywhere he can to power up back his boat. Even though his plans out with the island long term and his arrival has only just happened, Hope already has bad vibes, and apparently due to this conversation between her and Jones and the voice line, and is trying to pick a fight with the biggest bully or threat to the island, whilst also confirming we won the battle between the myths and mortals, or should I say
dethrone Zeus.
Jones, you're late.
I just dethroned the King of Olympus. I think I've earned some downtime.
First of all, we dethroned the King of Olympus. Second, no, I've been watching Megalodon. I don't like what I see.
I don't care.
Bring your friend.
Okay, just so you know, Hope here has a little bit of a habit of picking a fight with the biggest bully she can find. So, we should make sure that we are in fighting shape. She's got her sights set on Megalodon.
My sister Valeria is the arrogant super genius who found a way to summon Pandora's box. So I kind of consider myself on the hook for fixing this ever-expanding mess. So, I spent some time poking around Meg's camp. I was right. The man's a full-blown wannabe tyrant. He wants to take the island, and he might just be strong enough. But he's not gonna make his move until his little shark ship is refueled, which explains the pipeline. Jones and I are gonna keep gathering intel. You keep fighting. Make us look good. Hey, Jones? I heard something out there I really don't like.
Like, bad something or bad something?
Maybe it's time for us to round up the surveillance equipment. Just chatter. I hope.
These are the starting voice lines for Season 3 upon it launching, as we're not even in the first update to 4 yet according to Sheena. 30.10 releasing around June 11th, 30.20 June 25th or around about 30.30 July 23rd, 30.40 August 6th, and the end of the season according to the Battle Pass right now is August 16th, but the last two updates in particular could drop 1 week earlier than listed depending on when Epic's summer vacation ends. That's right, with the third season of the Chapter and Summer here, we are going to be seeing an event like last year for Fortnite Wilds in Chapter 4 Season 3. Hopefully better than this last one though, with only one map change occurring and the Battle Royale Island upon it going live with the free rewards we could earn. Anyways, without getting off track too much talking about the summer event and such, I thought it was worth mentioning considering this could set the ground for no expectation of a mini lab event or lab event of any sort occurring, considering Epic Games never really have a live event happen in these summer seasons. But Chapter 5 is different, having these mini lab events occur for Chapter 5 Season 1, where we would never typically see a lab event in the first season of the chapter with the Titan Hand, and then Pandora's box and everything that happened with the statue and the sandstorm cloud occurring just before the launch of this season. With the amount of content we're seeing, could Epic Games have very well scheduled or already planned in advance for a mini lab event to occur just after they return to office from their summer vacation? It's definitely possible, or it even looks like it's going to be the case, and here is why. So despite Megalodon being the big bad bully of the Fortnite Island right now, there's a character that's been lurking in the background described by the Oracle for the first time at the end of last season in her voice lines.
Storm clouds gather. The Wanderer draws near.
The Wanderer that she speaks of we initially thought was the name of this ship that was obviously approaching the glowing red light in the distance behind the sandstorm cloud before Season 3 launched, but we now know this ship is called Leviathan, and that the Wanderer is this character supposedly that's sprayed on the side of the steam train, and also can be seen in this Megalodon-based loading screen that obviously data miners have confirmed is in fact the Wanderer character. People have already taken to social media and created 3D models or what this could look like as a skin if this kind of, spray or artwork kind of vibe makes of the character, and with us expecting this character to appear for the end of Season 3, of course, from taking a look at the roadmap again directly after the Season 3 concept key art, there is another for Chapter 5 Season 4, which is very interesting, showing Doctor Doom, implying a completely Marvel-themed season like Chapter 2 Season 4 that we've got even more confirmation for. As you can see from Hypex, in case you missed it, Fortnite accidentally leaked 3 Season 4 items, one of them confirming that Season 4 is Marvel like the roadmap leak, Wolverine's Claws, Super Launchpad, Pad and Striker Burst Rifle V2. The next day he followed up with a Fortnite x Deadpool and Wolverine collab is most likely happening in Season 4 of the Marvel season, as Epic are currently reworking the old Wolverine Claws mythic specifically for Season 4, and they usually try to re-release old Battle Pass collabs with alternate designs / suits. Just like the first ever Marvel themed season with Galactus approaching for one of the biggest live events, no pun intended, with the size of him that we've ever seen in Fortnite history. On May 3rd, toward the end of last season from Sheena, apparently there was a potential Galactus teaser. Some of the voice lines stating from the NPCs eons ago and very far away, a hungry beast consumes star after star to warm its belly. The beast still roams the dark, hunting for some eternal war. After all, Galactus literally rifted, leaving behind a giant butterfly, although it seemed he got completely eliminated from us as a community, driving all of the battle buses into him with all of the radioactive substance on board. Either way, come August 16th, we'll find out about if Galactus is returning, any plans at all, or if we're going to be getting a mini-lab event toward the end of this season, being the Summer One Season 3 of Chapter 5. And I almost forgot to mention Chapter 5 Season 4 too will include Fortnitemares, as we can see on the roadmap, but what's more interesting, just before the Chapter 6 intel that you guys really won't want to miss out on. Just like last year, we went into a month of Fortnite OG, going back to the Chapter 1 island for the first time. With these Chapter 2 images lined up, it's clear as day we're going into OG Chapter 2, or back onto the Chapter 2 island, which for mobile players, considering more places around the world now are actually getting Fortnite Mobile back, it would be ironic if they booted up Fortnite from their iOS version that you can actually still play in the flooded Chapter 2 Season 3 island. And then we're back here for Fortnite OG. Considering these 3 images, it looks like we're seeing the first 3 seasons. However, don't let these images deceive you, as I do believe, like when we went back to Chapter 1 OG as it started in Season 5, same thing is going to be happening in Chapter 2. We go back to a season that then inevitably pans out toward the end of the chapter. There we see a remix version of the flipping over of the island as we went into Chapter 3, but something else happens, diverting us then onto a brand new island for Chapter 6. Who knows, maybe this time it involves the Cube Cradle more, or we actually find out more about this mysterious mothership of motherships. As we're halfway through the year now, though, it only makes sense that Epic Games are starting to work on things in time for Chapter 6, not only like the first-person mode or camera POV, which they officially revealed for the first time, as you can see from the gameplay right here, in the State of Unreal livestream. Around the time of first-person being revealed, Fortnite apparently randomly removed every mention of weapon charms with that update, which is strange because they didn't remove any other scrap cosmetic types like hats, bus theme, maybe preparing for a release with first-person later this year, along with Chapter 6, considering first-person is a huge deal for Fortnite, despite the early preview of it we had due to a glitch in Chapter 4 Season 1. On the launch day of Chapter 5 Season 3 too, despite everything pouring out about this season and even some of the updates, we got this Fortnite Chapter 6 leak. According to Hypex, apparently there will be a swinging mechanic and gym. Firstly, I thought the gyms would maybe be a part of the normal open world game that Epic Games or Fortnite are developing, codename Arnold, with this being the key art or early concept key art for it on screen right now. And no, this didn't get changed into just Lego. They're actually having an open world mode their own, actively made. And then a few days after it poured out what this swinging mechanic looks like, the characters actually, going through the motions and doing it. From Hypex Fortnite Chapter 6 leak, first look at the animations of the upcoming swinging mechanics. You may be wondering, we've already got swinging with things like the mythic web slingers that were in-game or the grapple glue. Whilst I agree, it seems these swinging mechanics are going to be applied to things actually on the island as objects that we can all interact with instead of holding an item. What do you guys think though? Are you hyped for Chapter 6? Slap a like in today's video if so, and subscribe with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future uploads.